So, welcome to Discussing Fitchburg Now. I'm your host, Sam Squailia. We got a big show this week. We are talking with Sam Nieves from the Social Light Business Club. Then we are talking with Ed Sweeney, the author of Slightly Odd Fitchburg, the book. We're going to be learning all about that. And finally, at the end of the show, we're talking about Joshua Peterson, the president of the Fitchburg Little League, and we're going to be talking about all the very adorable Little League things that are going on in Fitchburg. So make sure you stick around and watch the whole show. So up now, I have Sam. Welcome, Sam.
Hello. Thank you.
I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So we're talking about the Social Light Business Club,
Yes.
which you are the founder.
Yes.
And it is for entrepreneurs and business owners, an opportunity to connect and really kind of grow businesses with sharing information.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started the Social Light Business Club last year. In November will be 1 year, and I had my first event at the Boulder Cafe, which you attended. Yes.
Was that already a year ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's been awesome so far, but I started it kind of to, open up that networking space here in Fitchburg for entrepreneurs, business people, and anyone who wanted to expand their resources.
Yeah, so you have started in last year, 2022, and you've had like 3 or 4 events, in-person events so far.
Yep. Yeah, so we also do mastermind groups, which I hold at the Business Center here in Fitchburg, and then charitable events. We helped the Alzheimer's Awareness Association with raising awareness for the Walk to End Alzheimer's, and we also collected suits. So. Yeah, we're doing a lot of
now
things.
the suit collection was one of your first kind of drives that I saw.
Yeah.
And really your push is, I guess it's dress for the business you want.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the push?
Yeah, I mean, it always helps to look the part, and you're going to feel more confident when you look the part, and I think it's really important for everybody to have that opportunity to look the part. So we collected over 70 suits that day.
Wow,
to help
70 suits?
Yeah, to help local entrepreneurs look the part and feel good about themselves.
Well, now where do you collect the suits from?
I'm in multiple networking groups myself, so I just use those resources to let everybody know, and I'm still collecting them, so if anybody wants to contribute those or donate those, it's still a thing that's moving forward. But yeah, it was basically just a lot of word of mouth, getting the word out there and really pushing to help people look the part and help them grow.
Oh yeah. So if someone, if someone's interested in starting a business or going to school or getting a job interview or whatever it is, your opportunity here is to give these suits away for free?
Yes, they are free. Yep.
Wow, that's pretty nice. Now, is this for men and for women?
Right now, it is just for men. I felt like there was a lack of resources for men to find suits in this area. So I really wanted to help them out because I've been there myself, needing, the proper attire for the proper job.
Yeah, when it comes to business attire, it does feel like women have a little bit extra leeway in that regard, right? We can wear a dress, we can wear a suit jacket. There's a lot of things that women can wear and be business attire, but men, it's almost exclusively a suit or a sport coat of some sort or a button shirt. The dress code for men is kind of more limited in that regard, right?
Yes. Yep.
And suits aren't cheap.
No, they're not. They're not cheap, and so it's been really great because they are some great quality suits that we get, and so it is great to pass those on.
Yeah, and so you have if you follow the Social Light Club.
Social Light Business Club.
Social Light Business Club on Facebook. There's the number of events that are shared and posted, and some kind of a inspirational posts that are nice to see. Oh, and there's a website as well, thesociallightclub.com.
Yeah.
Now, who joins this? How do we join? What are the do I need to own a business to join?
No, so anyone is welcome. Anyone who's interested in expanding those resources, meeting new people, looking to network and gain information on maybe how they can start. So any point in business, you can join the club. It is free to join. Come to events, join our emailing list, things like that. Right now, it is free.
So you can just go to sociallightclub.com to join.
Yeah, look up the events and pick what you want to come to.
Now, we'll look up the events. So, there were a number of events in 2023, 2022. What can we get some update, what are you thinking for 2024?
Yes.
What are we gonna, what kind of events are we going to see?
We are looking at, like I said, the masterminds, which masterminds are a group of industry professionals that come together to help share, their experiences and give tips to help you reach your goals. So we'll be looking at more of those. We'll be looking at more mixers and my yearly gala, which I'm excited to put into fruition. So yeah,
like where we wear the suits.
Yes.
And get fancy.
Get fancy.
and do the networking, just all in one.
Yep.
Fantastic. So back to the mastermind class.
Yeah.
Now this is like an educational opportunity. What explain what a mastermind class is.
So it's a table of industry professionals or anyone that's trying to expand what they're trying to do, and what it is an open conversation. So you'll bring forward your struggle in business, or maybe something you're stuck in or need help with, or maybe need a mentor in that certain area, and people will come together and share what can help you, maybe what helps them.
So is there a fee to join this master class?
As of now, no. So the Social Life Business Club is entirely free.
Entirely free.
Yes.
Very helpful.
Yes.
So I'm thinking about starting a business, but I don't know how to write a business plan, or maybe I'm not really sure what my product should look like, or where I should start, where I should sell. The mastermind opportunity is kind of the place where I want to go.
And you can find your answers there.
So who joins the mastermind?
Right now we have a few local businesses. We have Heidi of the Organized Duck. We also have Soul Trades.
Iridescent Soul Trades?
Iridescent Soul Trades. And their cleaning company, which I'll say that they have joined the mastermind and they have expanded, and their growth has been exceptional. So I think they're a great example of what the mastermind group can do. And then we also do get people from other towns as well. So it's not just Fitchburg, it's all Central Mass.
This is not just limited to Fitchburg residents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where do you see the Social Light, the business club, kind of going in the future?
I would love to see it franchise. I would love to see it all over the country, maybe globally. I would love conferences and huge galas and big fundraisers. So yeah, I see it much bigger than what it is now, but keeping our same goals.
Yeah. But really, who is it serving? What kind of entrepreneurs, business owners, the wide swath?
Yeah,
or?
I mean, we have artists in there. We have bankers, lawyers, handmade businesses. So it's a lot of different type of avenues.
Oh, here's a good. The screen just answered my question. Can we throw this up on the main screen? So you can see the Social Light Business Club, created to build a community of those who want to achieve more, grow as successful individuals, and take their entrepreneurship to the next level while expanding their professional relationships. And who is it for? A business club for entrepreneurs, artists, and business people in Central Massachusetts.
Yep.
Boom. See that? You already answered my question. And your events, have been supporting, each other with networking events, but also the fundraisers, which is good for, it's kind of a win-win.
Yes. Yeah, it's been great. And just being involved with other businesses in that way, and being able to help them and they help me put on awesome events. So it's been really good.
So if we are interested in donating a suit or browsing through the suits you have to see if anything fits, how do we do that?
So you can give me a call, or you can shoot me a message through our website or Instagram. My office is wow, sorry. My office is the business center here in Fitchburg, office 10. My name is Samuel Nieves. My name is on the door. All the suits are in there. Come in and we'll try stuff on.
Okay, and we have a slide that has the socials and the phone number. Can we throw that slide up on the main screen? Oh yeah, that's the one. Can we put that up on the main screen, please? Thank you. So you can go to sociallightclub.com is the website. The Social Light Club for the Instagram. And is that Facebook too?
That is Facebook too, yeah.
And then phone number 978-272-9555. Oh, that's an easy to remember number. 3 5s. Very nice. So you can talk to Sam, and Sam will get you hooked up with joining the email list, joining the socials so that you don't miss the things, and if you're interested in browsing the suits to see if anything fits. What do you get when it comes to suits for fitting?
I would say a lot of the sizes that we are getting are large and extra larges, so we're always looking for smaller sizes. So if there's anybody out there that has those, please let me know.
You would think people grow out of the smaller sizes, so you'd have a lot of the smaller sizes.
But yeah, it's been a lot of the bigger sizes right now. So if anybody, please let me know, because we are looking for those small and medium suits.
What if in my my closet I've got my grandfather's old suit?
Bring it over.
And but it's kind of old style.
That's okay. I mean, the style is always coming back, and a classic suit is a classic suit. So.
Like tweed?
Oh, I love a tweed.
Really?
Yeah, tweed in fall, absolutely.
You own tweed?
I do own a tweed. Tweed in fall.
Brown? Is brown tweed?
It's a gray.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, that sounds. I bet you could make it work.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the Social Light Business Club here in Fitchburg, started by Sam. So let's see. Is there anything? I think we ran through most of it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is there anything else you wanted to add that maybe we didn't cover?
Just to keep an eye on our socials and our website. Events are coming up. I have a huge schedule coming up for the 2024 year. So yeah, just stay tuned, and whatever you're interested in, if you want to get involved or sponsor an event, or if your business wants to sponsor an event, there's plenty of opportunities to be a socialite.
Be a socialite. I like it. All right, thank you, Sam, for coming on and telling us about the Social Light Business Club. Thank you for watching. We are going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back with Ed Sweeney, the author of Slightly Odd Fitchburg, the new book.
See, Click, Fix, Fitchburg's one-stop shop for helping resolve issues in our community. You can report anything from a missed trash pickup to potholes on city roads, illegal dumping to broken traffic lights. To report an issue, all you need to do is click New Request. Type in the location, select a category, and send in a photo if you have one. Your request goes straight to city officials so they can help resolve the issue. Making an account is free and easy. All you need is an email. Download the See, Click, Fix app today to get your matters resolved.
I am George Maraginian, director of the Wachusett Chess Club at Fitchburg State University. Welcome to another edition of Chess Chat.
A special thing in store. The light bulb inside my head says, get out and play. 'Cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. Never feel this way. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. My lucky day.
Hi, welcome back to Discussing Fitchburg Now. I am Sam Squailia. Up now with me, I have Ed Sweeney, the author of the new book, Slightly Odd Fitchburg, The Odd and Haunted History of Central Massachusetts.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me on. Thank you very much.
All right, so this book, Slightly Odd Fitchburg, this just got published
Yes.
recently.
Very, very recently, yes. It's been in the works for a while. It's a new publisher, a small publisher. Basically, this guy who his background is in radio. He has a podcast and where he talks about weird stories and haunted stories, and he would always pick my blog stories to add to his podcast. And at some point, we just started talking, and he said he was getting into publishing, starting his own company, and he wanted the book to be one of the first ones that he put out.
So, because you've been doing the Slightly Odd Fitchburg blog,
Yes.
and these kinds of discussions for a long time. So really, it's a matter of taking all the content that you've already put together and then putting it together in a book form.
Right, yeah. We moved out to the area about 4 years ago, and I started the blog shortly thereafter.
Because you've found some slightly odd things in Fitchburg?
Yes. Just in Central Mass in general, there are a lot of folklore stories, a lot of fairy tales, things like that have been around for hundreds of years. And I just kind of started looking into it as a way to explore the area with my fiancée, Kathy, and the blog started up where I was just kind of sharing what I found. And the more I looked into it, the more stories there were. And now a lot of the earlier stories are in this book right now.
Well, so up on the screen right here, we have a picture of the front cover. Can we put this up on the main screen so everyone can see what we're talking about? So this is Slightly Odd Fitchburg. This is what the cover of the book is by Ed Sweeney, The Odd and Haunted History of Central Massachusetts. This is a nice size book.
Yeah.
But it's not incredibly thick. So
Right.
And it's got images and interesting stories, kind of like short story form.
Right, yeah. Given what the stories are about, they're about ridiculous things, and I didn't want to bog anybody down with useless information when it's just supposed to be a fun, lighthearted thing. And I had lots of pictures, and I try to be funny throughout the entire thing. So, I mean, you just flip through it. You can probably get through it in 2-3 hours, maybe, if you're a fast reader. So that's really it's a lighthearted romp through Central Massachusetts history.
Like, for example, we have The Strange Case of Arthur Blood and the Lancaster Town Forest. So what is that?
That's essentially Lancaster Town Forest, or Bloodtown Forest as it's known out here. There are a lot of campfire tales about this area essentially because of the name. You hear
the Bloodtown
Forest, exactly. Yeah.
There must be something.
Yeah, people have been coming up with crazy stories for decades, really. There are, murders, mutilations, serial killers, all that kind of stuff.
I was just hearing about a serial killer last night.
Right.
That existed in Fitchburg in that got caught in 2002 or something.
Yeah.
And the first victim was in Fitchburg?
That's
the story.
That's the story behind it. It's most likely not true, but it's certainly a fun story.
I'm glad that you said that because I was getting a little freaked out.
Yeah, no. Like I said, we came from the Boston area, and we're from Chelsea, has the same exact story, which I find to be a little bit suspect. Not that I've delved into it and looked at all the details, but if I had to go off my gut after looking into this sort of thing for so long, I would say that it's mostly just a fairy tale.
Aha. So what drove you to move out to Fitchburg here?
Housing costs. We
are a more affordable community
Absolutely.
compared to Eastern counterparts.
Absolutely, yes, much more affordable, much more welcoming.
We're more welcoming?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's much easier to move out here than it would be to move from here out to that area, at least I think. But we were basically just looking for a house, and that didn't cost $1.5 million, and we ended up out here. So,
they exist out here, but few and far between. Here up on the screen we have a 5-star review. Can we put this up on the screen So everyone can see. So here's an example of what Dan thinks about it.
Yeah.
It's a great read, fun, informational, and hard to put down. This book is awesome. The author presents the topics and stories with accuracy and a touch of fun sprinkled in. Big fan of the website, Facebook page, and this book just adds more to those sites. So the blog itself is full of, you know, a lot of the stories.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been, like I said, the blog has been going for 4 years strong. And when we did this, it was sort of more in the just beginning phases. But I've been posting. I try to post a full story at least once a month. And then I'll do weekly Did You Know posts, where it's kind of not as deep a dive on local stories that I can get into, post on Facebook, and they eventually end up on the blog, slightlyoddfitchburg.com.
Slightlyoddfitchburg.com, there you can see it right there.
Yeah. And yeah, I've on the actual website itself, if you follow us on Facebook, that's where most of this stuff comes out first. That's at the new Slightly Odd Fitchburg.
The new Slightly Odd Fitchburg?
Fitchburg, yeah, that's the name of the Facebook page.
Wow,
that's where I do most of the interaction. That's where I'll ask for story ideas. I'll ask people what they've heard about, what they know, what they want to read about, and I'll share the stories that are typically for the first time, but I've gotten into, you know, puckwudgies, and
Puckwudgies. Oh, I saw that somewhere. What is that? What was that?
A puckwudgie is actually a figure from Native American lore. They're mostly in the Bridgewater Triangle area, but they're little 3-foot-tall porcupine-type guys that are essentially magic, and they can turn themselves into different animals. They're tricksters. They don't like people all that much. They'll kind of lead you off into the woods and then turn into a bear and eat you, kind of stuff.
Oh.
There are a lot of stories.
But so they're not human fans.
No.
So they're not our friends.
No, not at all. If you meet a puckwudgie, you're not going to have a good time. And the reason why goes all the way back to their initial lore within the Native American tribes, and they're actually sprinkled throughout the United States. They all have the same lore.
Really?
So if
maybe a different name, but
typically the same name, actually. The only thing that changes is their attitude. We actually here have some of the worst puckwudgies.
Oh, in the Northeast?
Yeah, in the Northeast, specifically this area of the Northeast. But if you get into like southern Canada, the puckwudgies, they're fun guys up there. But around here, they'll definitely mess you up, and they have spikes on their backs, I believe.
Now, what's our defense against the puckwudgie?
Just run. Just that's all.
What if you can't run? Like a bear? Like you don't outrun the bear?
Right. Yeah.
Can you scare the bear? Can you scare the puckwudgie?
No. The worst thing you can do with the puckwudgie is really follow it. So if you have no other option to you, just stay still. It'll eventually get bored and go away. And then a few weeks later, you'll probably just catch it staring into your bedroom window for some reason.
This is great.
Yeah, that's an actual puckwudgie story.
It's a great horror hour.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, they're certainly.
Now I'm going to shut all my window shades.
Yeah, they're creepy and they're freaks.
So, have you discussed anything about the Rev
Yes.
Cemetery? Because that's the folklore that we get in Fitchburg a lot. Is Dean Hill Cemetery in North Fitchburg?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, the Revolutionary Cemetery.
Yes.
So what have you come across?
Well, that
for
was
the ghost
actually
stories.
That was one of the very first posts I actually did. We drove out there. There was one of the first locations in the area that we checked out here. First off, it's a really old cemetery. It's obviously from the Revolutionary War. It was built for not necessarily. There are some Revolutionary War soldiers, but it was mostly for their families as they passed away with time. It's a really nicely well kept area, actually. The grass is always mowed. It's fairly far away, but there are still some people living in the immediate area. It is closed at night, so if you want to go there, don't go at night. The people who live in the area are very nice, and they just don't want people getting crazy when there's nothing else going on.
Not to mention, it's scary.
It is scary, yeah. The stone wall around it is from the 1700s. So there have been some murders in the area.
In Fitchburg area?
In the cemetery.
In the Dean Hill
Dean Hill
Revolutionary?
Cemetery. Yep.
Murders?
In the cemetery or right behind it. There have been disappearances. There have been groups of teenagers, plucky teens going in, and I think one story that stood out was a group of 3 teenagers went into the cemetery and only 2 came out, and they never found the third one. That's only.
How long ago was this?
This was, I would probably say, the story would be based in maybe the 90s, 80s, 90s.
Really? So not that long ago?
No, not that long ago at all.
And the murder part, is that
There have been
older?
No, pretty much all around the same time is when, at least the first
folklore.
example,
This is the folklore.
the folklore, at least the first examples that I could
Have
find.
you found any confirmation
No,
of
no,
any of this? These
yeah.
are the stories.
These are the stories. These are stories that go along with it. Apparently, they just found a body just out in the road, just outside the cemetery at some point. They were never able to identify the person. They don't know why they were there. They just found the body one day. Then there are a lot of ritualistic sacrifices going on there of humans and animals.
Ritualistic. Human sacrifice.
Yep. All within the cemetery, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's a portal to at least the afterlife in Dean Hill Cemetery, and that's why these.
Where did that one come
sacrifices-
from?
I'm a little bit shaky on that. I'm pretty sure that's the reason that all this stuff apparently happens. If you're able to open up the portal, then you can talk to the devil or something to that effect.
So is it like a Satanist portal?
Oh yeah. It would be a portal to hell or a portal to at least the afterlife, something like that.
Well, I mean, there's a big difference there, Ed. I mean, I don't know if the portal to the afterlife, okay, maybe that's interesting. The portal to hell,
Well, I mean, when you're
we don't want to go there.
when you're looking into these stories, getting into the actual nitty-gritty, real details of it gets a little tricky after a little while. It's like what they say about Ouija boards. You can use a Ouija board to talk to ghosts and the departed, but you never ask where the treasure is buried because you won't get an answer. So
You got to figure that out on your own.
Well, right, yeah. Once you try to figure out the actual solid, concrete details, you're not gonna be as lucky as just finding the overarching story of weird stuff happening. Oh, and there is a stone in Dean Hill Cemetery where if you stand on it, you will just burst into flames.
What?
Disintegrate, yeah.
How do I know if I find that stone?
You just gotta hope. You just gotta hope.
Don't step on the stone.
Don't step on
Wait,
the
is
stone.
it like a small stone?
It's big enough. I'd say it's like a flagstone.
Like I'll be able to tell.
Oh, you'll see
what
this weird
the
stone standing out.
spontaneously
Yeah.
burst into flames stone looks like.
It'll look a little out of place.
And is it any day of the week, any time of the year?
For
Or
this,
is there a special, like if there's an eclipse or something?
well, all right. So at night between 1 a.m. and 5-ish a.m., 3 to 5 a.m., that's when the stuff really kicks off.
When you're not supposed to be
When
there.
you're not supposed to be there. So don't go
So that's
proving
what,
this.
I mean, that's really why you can't go in cemeteries at night.
Exactly, because
there's
that's
just
when all the
that's
ghosts are.
when
That's when they're getting up.
Yeah, that's
And
when they're
then-
hanging out.
Yeah, exactly. That's when they're trying to go to the bar that used to be down the street.
Is that what's happening?
Dean Hill Pub used to be down the street during the Revolution, that era.
There was a Dean Hill pub?
Yeah. It's long gone. I think that was the name, but there was at least a pub down the street, and that's where.
It's long gone for some of us.
For some of us, yeah. If you're waking up at 1 o'clock tonight in the cemetery, then it's probably still there for you.
Maybe you'll catch a glimpse.
Yeah.
But we do not suggest this.
No. They're definitely not suggested.
So, Ed, I don't want to give away all the secrets of Slightly Odd Fitchburg, but the Fake Club,
Yes.
okay, that's another one that
It is.
everybody talks about.
Right.
The Fake Club is definitely haunted, I'm told.
Yeah. I've only looked into the Fake Club a little bit. The Fake Club is actually a future post.
Ooh,
so
that's for Slightly Odd
yes.
Fitchburg too.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that will be coming. So I don't want to give too much away, but let's just say if it's an old building, if I were going to pick out a building that's haunted, then the Fake Club will be on that list. Absolutely. But
Yeah, I heard the third floor is really where you see it.
right. Yeah. Typically, if you have a floor that's getting a lot of people going through it, that's where you're going to find the most hauntings. And we'll see. We'll see.
And you know what I love? I love this post. Can we share this post? This is the little free library that's on Appleton Circle. So you can see someone got your book.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Someone read the book and they were like, yeah, we read through this. It took about 2.5 hours for a very strong reader.
Right. Well, for a person who reads all the time, you can see these are mostly her books that she stocks it with. So she's always reviewing things, and so she was nice enough to leave a review on her Instagram and on Amazon. So.
Fantastic. And this particular little free library is number 146774. So if you go to the Little Free Library website, you know, you can type in that number,
Yes.
and it's you know, they're all linked to a map nationally, or it might even be internationally with the Little Free Library.
It could be international.
remember.
Yeah, it might be international.
But you can see where all the little free libraries of the world are.
Right.
And this one is 146774 on Appleton Circle in Fitchburg.
Yeah.
So we're just connecting it all.
Yeah.
And really, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
And so you have this book. Not only is it on Amazon, can we throw up what it looks like if you were to purchase this on Amazon? Oh yeah, can you put this? So this is the Slightly Odd Fitchburg on Amazon. You can see it's available not only in paperback like we show, but it's also available on Kindle.
Yep.
And an audio book.
Yes.
Who does the audio?
Darren Marlar. He is Weird Darkness, actually.
Weird Darkness?
Weird Darkness. That's the publisher. Weird Darkness.
Oh, okay. Weird
Publishing.
Darkness Publishing.
Yes, he is a radio guy, a former radio guy. He does a podcast, Weird Darkness, where he finds weird stories, things like that. And he's really talented. He has a great voice for this sort of thing. And he produces the whole thing, so you get to listen to his gravelly kind of dulcet tones reading the book to you, which is my
Those are good
favorite way.
words.
Yeah. I try to pick out the best ones. I deposit at least 30 cents for all the 10-cent words I'll be using.
So in addition to purchasing it on Amazon, which is the standard, which is your typical, you've got the audiobook and you've got the Kindle version, but we can also find this in local bookstores.
Yes, absolutely. It's at Tatnuck Booksellers in Westboro. And
Tatnuck?
Tatnuck.
Tatnuck.
Yes, Tatnuck. They're in Westboro, I believe. So they have it, and Root and Press in Worcester also has it. So definitely check these places out. You get to support the local bookshops. They both have great cafes and tons of different options, and really nice owners too. They were nice enough to carry the book. So if you want to get it, you don't want to get it through Amazon, which is understandable.
Totally.
Just support your local bookstore, and hopefully it'll be in some more as well.
And in Fitchburg, we have Bonfire Booksellers,
Right, yep.
which is currently in production.
Right. Yeah.
They're right in the first chapter.
Definitely. I'm really hoping that it's on their shelves once they're ready to go again. They're right down the street from me. I can actually walk to them. So hopefully I'm really hoping to get it there. I've met the owner, Zachary. He's super nice. I actually talked to him when I was first approached about the book.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it a couple years? When did you first get approached about Slightly Odd Fitchburg?
I believe it was initially supposed to come out last year.
Oh, okay.
This time last year, so it would have been a few months before that. But like I said, new publisher. They took on a bunch of different projects, and so it's out now. So talked to Zachary about it. I think he reached out to me even. He showed me the place before it opened up. Gave me some advice about getting my author copies and getting those on consignment in the local bookstores.
Author copy.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's an author copy?
That actually, oddly enough, that's not an author copy.
It's not.
The author copies are the ones that I can buy at the cost of printing, and those are the ones that end up on bookshelves, which I sell on consignment. So basically, rather than paying the full price to the publisher, and then the publisher just give me the money back, I just pay for what it actually costs to print it, and then I hand it to the bookstore. They put it on the shelf, sell it for what they want to sell it for, and then we split that.
So it's publishing a book isn't just very super easy.
No,
like it
no.
like it seems. It just
No,
looks
no.
easy.
There's a lot to it. There's so much to it.
So being that there's so much to it, and being that you have published this book, we're talking about another. We're adding new blog posts. Are we?
Yeah, yep.
We looking? What is going to be Slightly Odd, like Leominster, Slightly Odd Fitchburg 2, Odder Fitchburg.
The plan is to really go national with it. In fact, with my very next post, I'm going to be moving into Appalachia.
Oh, like the western Massachusetts, or are we talking about the whole Appalachian Trail?
The whole Appalachian Trail. Appalachia.
Ooh, Appalachian Trail stories.
Yeah,
That's an interesting one.
There are a lot of them. Just like in New England, it's been settled for hundreds of years, and there's no lack of stories. So Slightly Odd Fitchburg, this one focuses on central Massachusetts. The blog itself currently is basically all of New England. And then moving into Appalachia, and we'll see where we end up next. I'm just following the history and seeing where it leads.
So, one thing about this too is it's great for a gift.
Yes, absolutely.
Like a Christmas gift or
Absolutely.
something.
Yep.
And so now, how do we get it signed by the author? Are you going to do any author signing events or anything like that?
Well, thank you for asking. I'm actually going to be at Trick or Treat on Main on the 28th of October.
Ooh.
I'll be telling some stories there, some stories to the kids. So if you have a copy, absolutely stop by.
Can we buy copies there? Or do we have to buy it in advance?
No, I'll have some copies there as well.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you can pick up the copies.
And how much does it cost to buy a book?
That is $9.99 on Amazon.
What a bargain.
It is an incredible bargain. You can't beat that.
So Trick or Treat on Main Street. Any other planned book signing events? Or we can follow slightlyOddFitchburg.com for upcoming events and the new Slightly Odd Fitchburg on Facebook?
Right, the new Slightly Odd Fitchburg on Facebook. That's where I typically share most of the news kind of things, but I also post them on slightlyOddFitchburg.com. Also on Instagram at SlightlyOddFitchburg. Threads a little bit. The new X, which used to be Twitter.
X.
Yeah, X.
I know, it made me mad. I stopped using it for a little while because I was mad for change.
Right. Yeah.
We don't like change.
No, especially not when the X just looks like the thing to close a window out when you're trying to use it.
Oh, it does look like
It
that.
does look, it looks exactly, yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, it does.
Close. No,
Yeah.
it's
But,
opening.
That's what you get when a genius billionaire runs your company, I guess.
That's a whole nother hour, Ed. But okay, so we talked about how to buy the book, the different forms of the book, the name of the book, Slightly Odd Fitchburg. Is there anything else that we want to make sure everybody knows about you, about your book, about your blog?
I mean, the Facebook is the starting point. The blog is always going to be ongoing. Share a bunch of stuff through there. I also make weird T-shirts that I sell on TeePublic. The latest ones were.
Is that the one with the Sasquatch pointing?
Yes, yeah, you saw that. That's my latest design.
Like this guy's the Sasquatch.
Yeah, it's a couples T-shirt actually that everybody hates, so I figured I'd make one. One is Bigfoot that says "I'm with Dogman," and the other is Dogman that says "I'm with Bigfoot." It's the perfect.
Another perfect gift.
Exactly. That's the best gift that I can possibly imagine.
And you can find that on the new Slightly Odd Fitchburg.
Yeah,
Facebook.
I post links to it there all the time. That's where that goes back to TeePublic, where I have. If you go to TeePublic and search for Slightly Odd Fitchburg, I have a whole store there, so you can get it on T-shirts, mugs, phone cases.
Any more Fitchburg specific stuff? Because I'm kind of like that.
Right.
Kind of biased.
Yeah. As far as stories, definitely. I talk about Joseph Palmer, who was attacked in Fitchburg. I'm sure you've heard that story before.
But we don't want to give it all away.
Right. Yeah. That's just the teaser.
All right. Great, Ed. Well, thank you for coming on and telling us about your book.
Yeah. No. Thank you for having me as well. absolutely. It was a lot of fun to be here. This is
I appreciate all your very positive Fitchburg-based posts on Facebook.
I try to. I'm always going to new restaurants. I want to share as much about them as I possibly can.
That turkey sub from Popper's
It was
Pantry.
really,
wow,
it was
that
really
look
good.
amazing.
Yeah, and that was actually the first time I had a French dip, I think, in years, and it absolutely it hit the spot.
Fantastic. All right. So we are going to take a short break, and then we're going to be back with Joshua Peterson from Fitchburg Little League. Beth Wall is back on the show. I'm one of your hosts, Beth Wall.
And I'm your other host, Silver Scotland. I remember when.
Fitchburg was the smallest town in the area, but by 1835, it had grown to be the largest town. By 1840 and 50, most Fitchburg residents had become abolitionists. Another early industry in Fitchburg that still continues today is scythe making. Women used to have to spin yarn and weave cloth themselves, but now it was being made in factories, cutting down and exporting its wood to build cities up and down the East Coast, and of course, for making paper. Starting in the 1800s, the population becomes much more diverse. Fitchburg Machine Works expanded widely.
After World War II, Main Street was lively.
Forces the turnover, shoots, scores!
Oh, you're gonna use a fork? I was just gonna pick it up and eat it.
Well,
Yeah,
some of us are more classy than others, Alex.
Well, you know.
A lot of hope to see that, you know, the next generation, before they even leave high school, that they're so invested in the community.
And a special thank you to FATV, who made this broadcast possible.
Welcome back to Discussing Fitchburg Now. I am Sam Squailia, and we have Joshua Peterson here, the president of the Fitchburg Little League.
Correct. Yep.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so Fitchburg Little League was established in 2022, which was an iteration of Fitchburg Youth Baseball.
Correct. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Okay. So how's that going?
It was a nice first year. We made the transition. We started up from absolute scratch. Had a whole new board of directors and kind of clean slate. We made it through our first year, so a lot of learning and trial and error. So.
Because it feels like it started was it a year, or was it kind of like a little bit over a year for since now? Was it like last summer that you kind of started it?
We started talking about it for the first time, but when it went into full effect was like almost exactly 1 year.
Really?
Right to like October when we filed for our charter and our paperwork with Little League, almost right around this time. So.
Uh-huh. And so, you know, we've got kids from little tiny kids all the way to what age?
Right now with Little League, what we offer, we start at 3 years old and we go up till league age 12. With our current Little League, and then after that we are kind of working on having a Babe Ruth program, which then goes 13, 14, and then there's a senior Babe Ruth, which we currently didn't have for the last couple of years, but we are definitely in work in progress towards that.
Now, is there I know that there is a Fitchburg High baseball team, and are they associated? I know that there's been coaching sessions or linkages there. Can you talk about the connection between the youth baseball or the Little League baseball and what our high school and middle school programs might offer?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a really good, say, working relationship and friendship with the high school coach, Chad Gardner, and Craig Antossi was that athletic director. He was my daughter's coach for years, so I had a really good connection and relationship with them. So,
daughter's coach for what?
Softball.
Softball.
For Fitchburg youth softball.
Okay.
Craig Antossi's coached my daughter with his wife, Lucia, since she was 4 years old. So, had a great relationship with the high school. And then when it came up about starting this, it became, hey, what can we do to make it better? And they were a big resource of, hey, let's build that connection. The Fitchburg Red at a young age, let these people have that bond, and they open up the high school and they run clinics with the high school players and the coaches and our little league players.
House,
yeah, they love it. It was such a highlight of our winter last year, because that was the first thing we offered. We're like, hey, we're gonna offer a winter clinic and it's free. Just show up. And that was huge because it got us inputted with the public, let them know that we're serious, we're gonna put in the time. So that was great. And that was all, like I said, built off of the high school. So it's amazing to see kind of come full circle. We have kids who were in Little League. Now they're the high school varsity players, so you have that connection. It's really sweet.
Perfect. And so we have the opportunity with the Fitchburg High School, to be able to do those clinics. And then the fields themselves that we utilize. I know there were games at the Herman Burke Field off Old Leominster Road and Abbott Ave.
Yep.
And we also have the Anson Field.
Correct.
That is available to the Little League?
It is not right now. It's kind of just caught in limbo of who actually has legal rights to it.
Does the City of Fitchburg Parks Department?
No, that's a privately owned field.
Anson Field is private.
Privately owned, yep. It was the other baseball organization, and then when it switched, and it's kind of just legal jargon that I'm not familiar with, so it's kind of just caught in limbo right now. We had so much on our plate and try to address what we can, but it is something that we would love to have back, and it's such a gem up there, and find a way to secure that again. I played there from Little League when I was 11 years old, and I felt like I was playing at Fenway. I remember standing there and be like, wow, I've made it. And and then go full circle with my son then playing there. It's definitely on our...
Time flies, doesn't it?
It does. But still something special that we do want to address.
But Herman Burke and Gus Johnson,
yep.
That's the Fitchburg...
That's where we run out of right now. That's the city-owned fields that we say have the rights to. We put a lot of work. That is our, say, home base right now.
Huge amount of work. Can we throw up this on the screen? I mean, since I just saw it here. We have, so you've got these storage units that you're able to store, all the materials that you need, all the bases and the bats and the balls and everything. But you're working on batting cages.
Correct, yeah. So we've seen an opportunity to get this one moved from this location right here, and then try to get batting cages right along this fence, just for the eye appeal. People driving by.
When we're talking about batting cage, we're talking about the little machine that goes, bing, and you stand there and you can just hit it, right?
Yeah. And
so we can have our own batting cages.
Oh, yeah. And then with the idea of it, the thought is it's right off of Water Street, so kids and anyone driving by, it's going to draw your eyes up there, and kids will say, hey, how do I get to be a part of that? And highlight that spot. A lot of people, when I spoke to you the first time when you came to help on that cleanup, you didn't know it was there because it was just so overgrown and pushed in the back.
I never been to that field before.
Yep. So,
we did that cleanup.
And now we keep pushing it back, and then to just draw eyes and draw attention and make it a highlight. It's a beautiful thing that we have.
It's a gorgeous field.
You don't get many opportunities to view a game from that experience up on the top. So.
Oh yeah, and you've got that kind of a banking.
Correct. Yep.
That we could build in more seats and really kind of make it a stadium feel.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep.
And the grass, I don't know, how do you keep the grass so nice?
People smarter than me, they tell me when to use fertilizer and when to use seed and what to do on that. I would have no idea. Just if it's green, it's great, but no, there's some science, I guess, that goes to it. So luckily, people are better at it.
So let's start. Can we grab to the picture that has the T-ball? because that really, I mean, Joshua, that's the highlight. Can we throw a couple of these pictures up? Look at how cute that is. What is he, 3, 4?
Yeah,
5?
yeah, definitely three or 4, 5 is really pretty much all of T-ball, and it's the key to everything now because that's where your whole program is built. That's myself and my daughter Melanie. We had a program where we went to the Woo Sox, and
that was a
they
good
let
time.
her be the ball girl
Fitchburg
and all
Day,
that. Yep.
It was a little rainy, but it was perfect.
It was, and like I said, these kids build that experience and that the memories together, and you see all of them have that Raider together.
Here's the T-ball. Look at it. This is T-ball, right?
This is. Yep.
Look at how cute. And they get their little their teams. How does that work? How does the teams work?
Yeah, so we have 4 different teams at the T-ball division, and just for ease of running it, we kind of just combine them, and then if we have full teams, then we divide it. If not, we're able to kind of keep them together, just to keep them engaged. And what really matters is that they're having fun and running around and playing and engaging.
And they're excited. So when the next year, they're excited to go do baseball again.
Yes, especially with baseball because it can be slow and boring. You know, you stand in a place, it gets more exciting as you're old. So the key right now with them is just fun. Any way to make them have fun. We bring out big red or blue bats and they hit these softballs and they go a mile, but they love it, you know. So that's what it's all about. This is what it's for. So.
I mean, like it kind of makes me a little teary.
I tell you,
so cute.
That's what it's for.
I love it. And then. So for the older kids, we have games.
Yep.
On a regular basis. We have regular practices, regular games.
Yep.
Now, how does that work?
So for the fall season, we are running with our minors and majors. They play on Saturdays, and then T-ball plays on Sundays. With it being the fall season, everyone has so many other things, so we keep it centralized on the weekend. Try to get a practice in if it's not too dark, but that's what we're doing for the fall season. Spring has another way that they go with scheduling and whatnot
Midweek,
during the week. Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. For fall, they just kind of do it off of Saturdays. So always juggling around, but.
And so for the winter, are we doing more clinics at the high school?
Constantly working on that. Like I said, my connection before was Craig Antossi and Chad. So now I have Chad as my contact point. So we are hopeful and.
We have our new athletic director.
Correct. Yep. Haven't met him yet, but look forward to hopefully working and building a relationship with like I said, the high school, because what it is
really,
this is the connection.
We're building we're building the athletes of tomorrow.
It is. As successful as we are, it will transpire to the high school. That's kind of how good they will, and it's the same thing with anything in soccer. How good your youth program is, it will go up the ladder. So. It's amazing to see the connection now and the passion from them. Chad and I were there, and he's like, man, I'm so tired from work, and we get there, and it's like a little kid again. We're both running around. We got big joys on our face, and wait till it's dark. So it's really what it's all about.
And so we have the Fitchburg Little League here. What is the plans for the Little League for next year?
So we tried Fitchburg Little League. It was a one-year thing. We ended up just having our annual meeting, and we had actually voted to go back to Cal Ripken.
Cal Ripken. Now, is that is a different structure? What's the difference?
It's just another brand of baseball. It's Coke and Pepsi. They're 2 rival baseball organizations. Most people don't know there's a difference. I didn't. I'm a baseball person, and I just thought they were all the same. Right now, Cal Ripken is more local, as in everyone around us except for Leominster is Cal Ripken.
Leominster's Little League?
Leominster is the only one left around us that is Little League.
So we'll have more teams to play with Cal Ripken?
Much more. Closer, and then, closer and more teams. So there's reason behind that. It was kind of tough for parents to travel. So.
Oh, because there was
with
traveling
Little League, it
with
was
Little
Quabbin, Athol, and Orange, and Leominster. So we would have to drive past Gardner and Phillipston and so on to get there, and it kind of just became a struggle on parents. You know, everyone's chasing out of work and trying to get their kids everywhere.
I feel that, Joshua.
So we had that, and now going for the spring 2024, we will be Fitchburg Cal Ripken. We'll come up with another type of fancy little name. We also discussed combining with softball.
So there'll be there isn't softball now within the Little League?
Nope. Right now we are just two completely separate things, and then we're going to start working towards a future goal of kind of combining them. Maybe see over the off season, discussing what we'll do with a Facebook type page, a logo, and kind of take a step by step on how to.
Doing all that again?
Yeah, hopefully work out some of the kinks this time. There was a lot of trial and error where we made a lot of mistakes the first go around, but we've learned so much from the first. Hopefully this second time we can
just doing
clean it up.
90% of success is just showing up and doing it.
It is. It really is. So, yep.
So yeah, because when I was little, it was the girls played softball and the boys played baseball.
Absolutely. Yep.
I mean, I never really questioned it.
Yeah.
That's just what it was.
Absolutely.
Is that what it's like today?
No, actually, even on my baseball team right now, my daughter plays there.
Now, why is there softball versus baseball?
Just the style, the way the ball is pitched. So in softball, underhand, and then in baseball, it goes overhand. Everything else, the game is identical. The rules, it's just really the style the ball is thrown, but the fundamentals of the game are the same.
It's like 10-pin bowling versus candlepin bowling?
Yeah, one and the same. You just need variable a little
game,
bit. Yeah, throw a little bit.
Different in how you throw the ball.
Yeah. But in the same thing, my daughter does both of them, and it's open to, like I said, all the way through. There's really no time where they say
So boys can play softball. It's different. Yeah,
yes.
We're much more progressive than when I was little.
Yeah. The girls that I coach are there. Little machines, they're on it. So I've seen them grow up. Like I said, since they were 4 years old, we have a group of girls that are fine-tuned little softball machines now. I bring the boys out and I'm like, this is how it's done.
You get the double throw with the underpitch.
They do it the right way. I'm like, watch how it's done. These girls do it the right way. So
when I was little, I was on the police league,
and
it was always Midtown Beef. They were the tough one because their pitcher, she could just throw the ball so fast.
It's amazing those memories, though. You know,
I
even to this day,
it's like, oh no,
you'll never
Midtown
know.
Beef.
Yeah. It's amazing though, and they carry with you. So it just shows, that one day they'll have that, that same thing.
Then they'll be sitting here going, wow, time really flies.
Yeah, right.
And we'll be going, you guys, you don't even understand.
You have no idea. When I was a kid, yeah.
So can we put the website for the Fitchburg Little League so they can find out more information? There it is, FitchburgLittleLeague.com. So you can go there, find out more information. There's a Facebook page.
Yep, Fitchburg Little League.
Just follow that, sign up for the email list,
Absolutely,
and you'll be updated for all the updates of what's happening, what the events are, what the changes will be, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And the Worcester Woo Sox Fitchburg Day.
Yeah.
You'll get notified for that. That was so fun.
Yeah, we're going to make it, this next one, we're hoping to have like kids getting bussed out there and make it where it's like a league event thing and really blow it up. We had some people who couldn't get there for transportation. It's just tough, time-wise. So I filled up every vehicle I had. I think I showed up with 13 kids between my two, but I want to get a way to get everyone, bring all these kids, find a way to make it happen, You get that opportunity built in with the Woo Sox where they highlight you. Let them highlight you. Take a section, take the place, building something beautiful around here. So.
Okay, we got a few more seconds to go. Anything else that we want to make sure that everybody knows about Fitchburg Little League, soon to be Cal Ripken?
Just to know that really we're here. We're not going to stop. We want to have what's best for the kids. Anyone that wants to help us out, please do. We're open for all insight, what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. Reach out, let us know. We want this to be something successful and that we can hand off to the next generations and be part of that thing that's an uptick, That's where I want to be. I want to be that thing that's up, not on the way down. So let's have it.
Everybody wants to be that.
That's right. So
all right.
Let's be it.
Well, thank you, Josh. Thanks for all your hard work. I mean, I absolutely love what you're doing here. I try to support it every way I can.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And you should check it out as well. Go to FitchburgLittleLeague.com or the Facebook page and follow along and see what the kids are doing. Sponsor when you get that opportunity.
Absolutely. Yep, definitely.
And thank you for watching Discussing Fitchburg Now. You can go to dfn-fatv.org for more information.
Thanks, Sam.